Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Mac and Talk number 77 for Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. I am Chanelle, your facilitator, and we are here tonight to discuss your Mac questions. Mac and Talk is an open Q&A conference call. Whether you are just getting started, maybe you got a Mac for Christmas or sometime or whatever, and you need help learning VoiceOver, or you could be a longtime Mac user with questions about an app or need some help troubleshooting, or maybe you're trying to decide if the Mac is even the right device for you. For whatever reason, if you've come to listen, we're glad that you are here. Now or later on if you listen via the podcast recording. Before we get into the highlight of our program, your questions, let's quickly go over some iBug announcements. There aren't too many things since we're kind of at the end of the month, but I'll just give you our website, which is ibugtoday.org. There you can sign up, register to become a member. Registration is free, and participating in any and all of our events is free. When you register, you basically provide your name and email address, and you'll start receiving announcements of our upcoming events. And also on our website, you will find things like info about Mac and Talk, how to get on the Mac and Talk list, info about our other programs, archives to listen to previous workshops. Speaking of archives and things, we have other ways for you to listen. We are on YouTube. If you go to youtube.com and just search for iBug Today, you'll find everything there organized under playlists. And that's a great resource. But if you're not into YouTube or you just want to ask your smart speaker, you can do that too. Or go into your favorite podcast app of choice and look for iBug Buzz, iBug Mac and Talk, iBug Cafe, and iBug Apple Workshop. And like I said, you'll find everything else on our website. Coming up this week, we have iBug Night at the virtual movies. All times are central, and they can be accessed the same Zoom link. So however you got in tonight, you can get into all other iBug calls. The feature this Friday, and I think I said the date, that's Friday the 30th, starts at 7 p.m. with the pre-movie social, which is a lot of fun and frivolity and things. And then at 8 is the movie, which is Train Dreams from 2025. It's PG or PG-13. And then there's a discussion following. And later on, well, next week, on Monday and every Monday, we have iBug Buzz from 7 to 9 p.m. And that's for all of your iOS questions. Here we talk everything Mac, but iBug Buzz is where you can ask all of your iOS, including iPad questions, although they all kind of verge into one another, but that's the main purpose of that call. And then next Tuesday, so next Monday is February 2nd. Next Tuesday is February 3rd, and that's iBug Mac Buzz from 5 to 6 p.m., where you can ask any lingering Mac questions from tonight or anything that comes up, and Herbie would be happy to have you join. Our iBug Cafe is normally the second Sunday of the month, but to accommodate this thing called the Super Bowl, it's going to be moved to February 15th, still 4 to 6 p.m., and the topic is the phone app. Yeah, what is that thing? I don't know. I use my phone for everything but the phone app, but it's an essential app, and in the cafe, we go into a deep dive into things, so definitely join us for that. And there are other things coming up as well. Stay tuned to our email or the iBug Today website. Now I'd like to go around and have everyone introduce themselves. Say who you are, where you are calling from, and if this is your first time joining us for Mac and Talk. I am Chanelle, and I currently live in Houston.
This is Desi, and I currently live in Franklin, Tennessee, where it is
Welcome,
27
Desi.
degrees.
Yeah, Burr.
This is Pete,
This is
and I'm in
Herbie,
Florida.
and I'm in the next room over from Chanelle.
And Pete in Florida.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Robert
This is Jessica from
Ferrari.
Massachusetts, where we just got about 15 inches of snow.
Ooh, welcome, Jessica. And
Thanks.
Robert, welcome.
This is Milagros from Spring, Texas. We had cold weather here, but nothing stuck, so I was kind of disappointed.
All right, welcome, Mila. And is this your first time joining us?
I've joined before, but it's been years, and I'm having some issues, so I'm here.
Well, you've come to the right place. I'm glad to have you.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yes. All right.
This is Robert in College Station. Hello, everybody.
Welcome, Robert.
It's Brad, and I'm in Dallas.
Welcome, Brad.
All in
Audio now unmuted.
Welcome, Paul.
Alicia.
Hi, Eli. Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Carolyn calling from Virginia.
Welcome, Carolyn.
Harvey calling from Maryland.
Welcome, Harvey. And I think you've been on here before, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, glad to have you back.
Thank
Hello,
you.
everyone. Hello, Chanelle. I'm Giza from Toronto. Hi.
Welcome, Giza. Great.
Thank you. Hi.
Judy in Connecticut.
Welcome, Judy.
This one's mostly a listen.
Huh? Sorry, I thought I heard someone talking there. All right. Well, who wants to get us started? Oh, all right. Who wants to get us started with our first question of the evening?
I have a funny story. This is Judy.
Okay, let's hear it, Judy.
Okay, so I have not updated to Tahoe ever yet because I heard that all the one person I'd heard said they lost their custom commands, and I've got about 30 of them.
Okay.
So, this was way back, in September, October, and I thought, no way, I'm not gonna update it because I'm not that good at it, redoing everything. So the other thing I had heard somewhere back October, November was that Amadeus Pro, there were certain things on it that didn't work right, with the new operating system. So finally today, I had checked with a few people and they said, no, Amadeus is fine. And I checked with some other people and they said, no, their keyboard commands are fine. So I thought, all right, I'm just going to do it today. So I did it. And the first thing I found, I have this little saying, this greeting that says, you go, girl, you can do this. When the computer starts, it didn't come on. I thought, oh, darn. And so I started, touching some different things. It wanted me to put on that locking thing. I forget what it's called. What is it?
File Vault.
That's it, File Vault.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Okay.
And I thought, no, I want to stay away from that. So, but then, it started seeming to work, and I tried a keyboard command, nothing. I tried all my keyboard commands, at least 10 or 12 of them, nothing was working. And I thought, okay, I'll make this really quick. I says, okay, I'll just restart it. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Always restart something and things will work.
Yep.
So I restarted it. Nothing, still nothing. I had a keyboard command on my numpad for the volume up and volume down. Nothing. So anyways, I was going upstairs to come up to this meeting and I was holding the keyboard with me. I have the external Apple keyboard with a numpad. And I asked my husband to hold the keypad for a second. He's got huge hands. And I mean, they take up half of the keyboard. And I had forgotten to turn the keyboard off, and his hands squished probably 16 keys all at once. And the computer's making this loud noise that, all these keys getting squished. So I brought it upstairs, and lo and behold, everything started working. All the custom keyboard commands are all working. Everything is working.
Whoa.
So
that's crazy.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's wow.
Isn't that something?
Well,
I haven't tried the Amadeus Pro yet. I'm just praying that works just the way it did. But I am so relieved. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
What is Amadeus Plus?
I'm sorry?
What is Amadeus Plus?
Oh, it's
Pro?
an app that if you do recording.
So just a reminder to everybody, please say your name and wait to be acknowledged.
Oh, sorry. This is Milagros.
Oh, I'm sorry. And you know what? I was thinking she was asking me to. I'll let somebody else answer that.
No, you can answer. You're fine.
Oh, okay. It's a editing app. If you make music, you can put different layers on top of each other, which I don't do, but take out certain things. It's like cutting and pasting in a Word document, but you're doing it, with music or audio.
Oh, Amadeus as Mozart. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Well, Judy, I'm glad that turned out, and I hope that your experience in Amadeus is successful. I am one of those people who, has not had really any difficulties with it in Tahoe, but, everybody has a different workflow. So
yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. All right. Who would like to share or ask another question?
This is Milagros. I have a question. I want to become more organized, and I get all these emails, especially the iBug emails, which I love getting. Don't get me wrong. But I use my email is Google. It's a Google account, and I use the screen read. I just do. I select and then I play the sound, and that's how I read my emails. But I know there is a way. I think there should be a way to go into the email and click somewhere, and then it should add it to my calendar so I know when it is and, where to zoom into. Does anybody know how to do that using Google email, Gmail?
So are you using the Mail app on the Mac?
No, I'm just going through just the Google Direct. I don't have if I click on my email icon on the Mac, it doesn't do anything. I have to be in my Google account. That's how I set
so
it
you're
up.
not using VoiceOver, just so we know.
No, I'm not using VoiceOver. No.
Okay.
And
so you're using the Gmail website.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So then has anyone had experience using the Gmail website and adding an event to the calendar? I think is the question.
Yes, that's basically what the question is.
This
I
is Herbie.
can add it.
Okay. Go ahead, Herbie.
I've looked at the Gmail web interface with the calendar with VoiceOver, obviously, and I didn't like it. My advice, is to use the calendar app that's on the Mac. And what you can do is first of all, I think you're going to have an easier time if you add Gmail to your mail and your calendar, but you can always add it in just for your calendar by going to Internet Accounts in Settings and then just use the Mac calendar and add your events in that way. And I think you're going to find that's going to be a lot easier.
Okay, what's the first thing I should do?
This is Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, I would add both mail and calendar. It's pretty simple. Open Internet Accounts. It's in System Settings. I assume which Mac OS are you running? You're running Tahoe?
I just installed Tahoe last night.
All right. Yeah. By the way, I installed Tahoe on 2 Mac. I've had 0 problems with it.
I didn't have any issues, so that was good.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Judy had issues.
Yeah, Judy had issues, but she got through it. Anyway, if you go to Internet Accounts, and you'll see where you can add an account, and you want
go to System Settings, and add my Gmail account.
You go to System Settings and then Internet Accounts. Okay.
Okay.
And then you add an account. And the account you're adding, it'll ask you. It'll list a lot of different account types like Yahoo. And Google and a number of others. And that's the easiest way to do it. When you do select Google, it's going to open a little web interface because it uses what's called open authentication.
Okay.
And it's going to ask you to enter your user ID, which of course is your Gmail address, right?
Yes.
And then it's going to want your password. It's probably going to want to send you a 6-digit authentication code to your iPhone phone, or Android, whatever. Well, we hope it's an iPhone.
It is.
Anyway, you'll get all that set up, and then it presents you with a list of Google services such as Mail, Calendar, Contacts, and I think Notes are the 4 of them. And you can select the ones you want to use. And if you select Mail and Calendar, and then I think there's a done button someplace or something like that. You're done. Now, there's more. In Mail, you want to go to the Mail app and open it. And then you're going to want to go to Settings. And I can't remember if you have to check a box in Settings. It's been a while.
I'm writing this down, okay?
Yeah,
I won't remember.
You may have
writing
to.
It down.
When you go to Settings, you'll see your Mail account. You'll see a list of categories up at the top. And I think you select Account. And I'm not sure. I can't remember if you have to go. So you select your Gmail, your Google account, and it's going to call it by the Gmail name, I believe. And then there's account information. I think I'd have to open it up. There's 3 tabs. The first one is account information. That may not be what it's called. The second one is mailbox behavior, and the last one is servers. Leave those last 2 alone. And I think you go into account information, and there may be a box to check it to make sure it's enabled. I can't remember if you took care of that over there in internet accounts or not. It's been a while since I've done it. But anyway, then it's ready to be used in the Mail account. And you can set up multiple accounts. I think I've got 5 or 6 set up. Some of them are enabled. Some of them are not. I turn them off when I don't need to use them. I have a friend of mine that asked me to help her out with various things. So I have her email set up, but I have it unchecked so I don't ever see her mail unless I need to help her with something. But you can do all kinds of things with it. I have Yahoo. I have an Exchange account. I got a couple of Google accounts and things of that nature. I cannot remember. Maybe Herbie knows when you go over to Calendar, your iCloud is probably there as well. And then you'll have, and I don't have any other calendars beside my Apple iCloud calendar, but you will see your Google Calendar in there. Is that what you use, is the Google Calendar?
Well, on my phone, I use my Apple Calendar, the one that comes with the phone.
Well, then you're probably using it on the Mac as well if you turn it on. Because in internet accounts, one of the things you're going to see is your iCloud. And you may have a calendar turned on, and you may find it easier to use that calendar than the Google Calendar.
I think so, yeah. And it will transfer to my phone, too, as well. Well, they
both will. And you could set up Google on both your phone. You could set up your Google Mail in Google and in your mail and calendar and all that on your iPhone as well. It's a similar procedure.
Okay.
And then as far as clicking on something and adding it to your calendar, I'm not 100% sure that there's some magic button in the mail that does that. I usually have to do things manually.
Okay.
But I do believe you will find your email much easier to use in the Apple Mail app than dealing with a web-based interface. But of course, you're not using VoiceOver, but you may want to consider doing if you're have a vision issue.
I've been afraid of using VoiceOver because a long time ago I tried to use it. And I really didn't know what I was doing. And then I turned it on and I had no idea how to turn it off.
Well, you'll learn. It doesn't bite. It'll be okay. And,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Brad. I appreciate you taking the time to explain this.
We're definitely here for you if you want to learn VoiceOver. And Brad, thank you for that thorough explanation. Appreciate that.
Sign up for Chanelle's class.
I think I will.
It's a very good place to get started.
Thank you.
And Brad also does a class. But all right, let's see what other questions we have.
I don't know what I did to my screen, but whenever anybody's speaking, their name shows up in the middle of my screen. So maybe everybody can do that.
I don't know.
So-
We don't see names in this, because
This
we're
is
using
Herbie.
VoiceOver. Go ahead, Herbie.
Yeah, you're seeing Zoom app. That's just Zoom putting the speaker in focus and showing like avatars and whatnot. That's all that is.
Yes, right in the middle of my black screen, like right now, there is an H. And
Yep. But I think
okay.
you minimize the meeting, and that's why it's looking a little different.
No, I mean, it's just an open, big black screen. Everybody's names is at the top, but whenever anybody
Right.
speaks, their icon or name shows
Yeah.
up in the middle. But that's
That's
So
avatar.
there are settings that you could maybe adjust in Zoom. In Zoom, there's a settings button. And so maybe not when you're in this meeting, but if you, when you're not in a meeting, you can go into the Zoom app and look at settings.
She's on her computer.
Okay.
No, I like it because this way I know who is speaking. So
Okay.
no, this is good. This is all good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So let's see who has another question.
This is John.
Hi, John. Welcome. Go ahead.
Hi, thank you. Well, it's kind of related to the previous person who asked her question because I know I shouldn't be talking about the dark side Windows, but I know when I'm using Windows and JAWS, I can still use JAWS. But if let's say I were a low vision person, I could use the trackpad. Like, is there an equivalent where you can kind of do that as a VoiceOver user who's transitioning to VoiceOver, but you're low vision, so you want to use the trackpad when you're not ready for the keyboard commands, but you can use the trackpad for the visual stuff and the keyboard for like just typing?
Oh.
Repeat that, John. What are you asking?
Yeah, so when I'm using Windows and JAWS, like
I got that. But what are you trying to do on the Mac?
Well, like to be able to use the trackpad as a sighted person, but to just type with the keyboard and you get the auditory feedback as a VoiceOver user.
If you have VoiceOver turned on, unless you have trackpad commands turned on, your trackpad functions normally. It's not affected by VoiceOver unless you turn trackpad commands on. Then it will do special VoiceOver things.
This is John again.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
I was just thinking for the people who are still transitioning to VoiceOver and they aren't ready to go all in, they could still use the mouse to kind of get them out of trouble.
Yeah, if you have vision, the trackpad will work just fine, just like normal.
All right. Good question.
This is Paul.
Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Hey, what kind of commands could you do with VoiceOver and the pad?
This is Brad.
Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
It will do a lot. If you turn trackpad commands on, well, now they call it, commands, excuse me, which is VO and a clockwise rotor gesture. So hold down the VO modifier and do a clockwise rotor gesture to turn it on, counterclockwise to turn it off. You hear it make a little sound effect, and VoiceOver says, trackpad commands on or trackpad commands off. You can do things similar to what you do on your iPhone. For example, swipe left or right to navigate, a one-finger double tap to activate the default action for an item, just like you do on your iPhone. You can do a two-finger single tap near the top edge of the screen, and you will put focus on your menu bar. A two-finger tap near the bottom edge of the trackpad. Did I say screen? I meant trackpad. Bottom edge of the trackpad, and it will put focus on your dock.
And is that a two-finger double tap, I think?
I thought it was a single tap.
Oh,
Let me see.
I've always done...
Maybe it is, because I don't use it much.
I don't either, so...
I don't use it. You can
I teach it at the beginning, but yeah.
A two-finger swipe to the left will interact with an item, and a two-finger swipe. Of course, you have to be on, and I'm not on the dock. Let's see. Yeah, it helps to be on the Finder. Let's see. And it still isn't doing anything. Oh, it helps to turn trackpad commands on. Yes, it is a two-finger double tap at the bottom to put focus on my dock. and a two finger double tap at the top. No. And I did a 3-finger, and that muted my speech. But a two finger tap at the top. Come on. Yeah, and it put focus on the menu bar. If I swipe 2 fingers to the never mind. I have something open. I have a window open. Anyway, there's a lot of things you can do. A 2-finger swipe from the right edge towards the center of the trackpad will open your notification area. Again, I was trying to say that, of course, I have to be on something that will do it. A 2-finger swipe from say somewhere in the middle of the trackpad to the right, I believe interacts, and the opposite stops interacting, I think. It's been a while since I've done it, but there's all kinds of stuff. It will also treat your trackpad kind of like it's the screen. Now, this one is tricky. So if you have, let's say, a row of icons on the right side of your screen, you might be able to, touch the right edge, and it's kind of like Explore by Touch on your iPhone. You might find that row of icons on the right side of the screen or wherever they are. Anyway, like I said, if you were to activate the dock, and then you'd swipe left or right, you'd move from dock item to dock item, and when you landed on one, you would do a 1-finger double tap to activate it, or maybe you wanted to open the shortcut menu for that item on the dock. You would take 2 fingers and do a 2-finger tap on the dock, and that would open the shortcut menu for a dock item. Anyway, I could go on and on and on. There's all kinds of things you can do.
No, thanks very much.
I used to use it a lot when I was new at using the Mac, but I don't use it anymore because I just like the keyboard better.
Definitely. All right. Thank you. Who wants to go next?
This is Gigi.
Gigi, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I have a question on what do you call them? What are they? God, now I can't even get. When you have the mail attachment and it's it starts with the P.
Preview? No.
Yeah, well, it's I can't even think what is
Are you trying to save an attachment?
No, maybe I need to look at the mail and see what it is. It's when they send you something. I may need to look at the mail and
like a link. A link.
I'll tell you what. Let me go back, look at the mail, and see what it is. It's
sure.
Okay, I will get back.
All right. Who would like to? And remember, we do say our names when we want to speak up. So with that, who would like to ask the next question?
Milagros?
Yeah, go ahead, Mila.
Yeah, is there a way to, yesterday after I installed Apple, I started exploring and I went into my passwords and I had tons of bad passwords and a lot of them that were like the same password that I reused so many times. So I know I need to address that. Is there a way to install like a password generator so I don't have to think about what password to use? Does anybody know of anything that would generate?
Go ahead, Herbie.
So Safari will actually do that for you. When you are in a password field, when creating a password, you should get a little pop-up saying Safari has created a strong password for you. Would you like to use it? And you tell it yes, and voila, it's done. And so if you change any of your bad passwords on Safari, then you'll get that little pop-up, and it will save it for you and update existing passwords if you change it. And there you go. So that, you'll see that occurring in most cases. I also want to say, if it doesn't pop up automatically, you can arrow down within a password to create password, but it usually just pops up for me.
This is Brad.
Yes, Brad?
Keep in mind you cannot change passwords for a given website or app or something within the Passwords app. You have to actually go to the website or go to the app and change your sign-in credentials in that app. Another thing to keep in mind is while Safari strong passwords can be a very good idea to use and they can be very secure, there are some websites, for example, that don't like the ones that Safari creates. For example, if you create one with Southwest Airlines, it does not like it. And if you create one with if you change your password with Southwest Airlines and let Safari create a strong password, you will finish the process. You'll think everything is fine. It accepted it, but you will not ever be able to log into Southwest Airlines with that password. You will have to go to the forgot password link and go through the process of changing your password that way, because it does not. I don't know what it is. I know that the Safari passwords are generally, what are they? 4 groups of 5. And each group is a mixture of numbers and letters separated by a hyphen. And then there is another group of 5 letters and numbers separated by a hyphen. And then another group. And then I think there's 4 groups total with hyphens in between them. I don't know what it doesn't like. I don't think it likes the hyphen.
Yeah.
I think that's a character that particular website doesn't allow. But I did it once because it told me I had a bad password. It was an old one. A simple 7-digit password. It did not like it. And I said, let me change this. Safari password. Oh, that sounds great. I did it. No, never could get back in. And I knew another person that said they used the app and it wouldn't do it. So they were blaming the app. And I said, well, change your password. And that fixed it for them. Fixed it for me, too. And that's the only one that comes to mind right now. But if that one's out there, there's probably others.
This is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie.
No, I have experienced this too. In fact, the other day, it was a thing on Walmart where you could sign up for the Survey Spark, and I was creating a new account, and it did not like the Safari password whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And so I had to give it and create a manual one instead. So yeah, you will run into some sites that don't like it. And
this is Milagros.
Yes, go ahead.
I think part of my problem was that I was not working on Safari. I have Google Chrome installed on my Mac. That's usually my browser is Chrome, not Safari. So maybe I need to switch to Safari, at least to help with the password issue.
This is Brad.
Yes, Brad.
I believe you can go into settings in Google Chrome and tell it to use password app. But
okay.
If you use Chrome, and maybe you use Chrome on a Windows machine, as long as you are signed in to your Google account on Chrome on your Mac and on your Windows machine or wherever else you use Chrome, Chrome will allow you to save passwords in your Google account in Chrome, and then they're synced across your Google account as long as you are signed in to Chrome on the same Google account on each instance of Chrome. So you could look into that, but I find that on my Mac, I much prefer Safari. I mean, there are times I have Google Chrome on my Mac, but I only use it when I'm not getting good results with Safari. There are serious privacy concerns with Google, but if that doesn't bother you, if you like Google knowing absolutely everything you do, then that's fine. I know that there's a lot more security involved with using Apple products, and so I have Google Chrome, but I generally don't use it unless I go to a website and it's not seeming to behave right on Safari. I went to a shopping website that for a popcorn, the fundraiser group. I'm involved in a group. And they had a fundraiser with popcorn, and that website would not work at all in Safari. I went to Google Chrome and it worked perfectly. So, but anyway, it's good to have more than one tool in the toolbox. But anyway, as far as passwords, that, if you want to use the passwords apps, stick with Safari.
All right. This is Gigi.
Yes, Gigi.
All right. PTF. It's a PTF. My question
PDF,
is,
you mean?
what'd you say? PDF?
Yeah, PDF.
Okay, I'm sorry. PDF.
Attachment.
Yeah, PDF attachment. Okay. Yeah, my question is, how do you open... Okay, so I got a mail attachment with a PDF. How do you open a PDF attachment on a Mac? And then also... when you open it, how do you read? I had a long, when you open it, how do you read? Because once it's open, I was trying to read it and I was having trouble. I was hitting the VO down arrow and VO right arrows and it wasn't reading. So yeah, questions on both of those. Opening it, then reading it.
All right. So who would like to help Gail and talk about, what app typically PDFs open in? So when you went, did you go to save the attachment first, or did you just directly open it? I mean, that shouldn't matter, but...
I was trying to open it first. Did you go to VO right arrow? I was trying to go VO right arrow. Are you supposed to save it first? I didn't know what to do. I was doing VO right arrow.
Robert?
Yeah, go ahead, Robert.
Well, if it's in your
mail,
just VO right until you hear it say attachment. And then if you do VO spacebar, it should bring up a menu. One of the first ones in the menu, it'll be a pop down, go down arrow, it'll be open, then open with. I think it defaults if you open it, opens it with preview. And then you should be able to navigate it normally and read it. And then you can go up to the file menu in preview and you can save it. Usually saves to the download folder as default, if I remember correctly.
This is Gigi. So if it's from an attachment, I still have to, if it's an email attachment, I go to via right arrow and until it says attachment or open with attachment.
It'll say attachment,
and then I do the VO space,
and you're going to get a menu of options. One of them in there will be download. You can download it first, or you can open and preview.
Or one of them says save to downloads folder and just.
And if VO space doesn't work, try VO Shift M.
Okay, VO Shift M, and then would I want to download it first?
I would just put it in your downloads folder.
Okay.
Then you can open it and look at it.
Okay. So then, download it first, and then, okay, if I hit the downloads first, then how would
go to Save to Downloads folder.
And that's one of them. One of the things. Save to download.
It's down right below Save.
Okay, save downloads, and then once I do that, do I have to then download it?
No, it's already saved to your downloads folder.
Okay, then what do I do?
Go
if I want to open it and read
folder and open it. Like Robert said, it will default to preview as the default PDF reader.
Okay, and then to get it out of downloads, I forgot. Is it Command L or is that not that right?
Command Option L will open from Finder. That will open the downloads folder.
Oh, it's Command Option L. Okay,
mm-hmm.
And then. But then when I was trying to read it, even when I had it open, I was doing VO, right arrow.
This is Brad.
Oh,
go ahead, Brad.
That's the tricky part. All PDFs are not created accessible.
No.
It's just interesting because they all start out, somebody created it in something that was accessible. And then what they did with it after that, for example, a lot of times they print them out and put them on their office copier, and it scans it and makes a scanned PDF. And that is just a photo. It's not accessible. But if it is an accessible PDF, you may, once it's opened in preview, you probably have to interact with it. And then if it's multi-page, you probably have to interact with each page.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
And then you can VO right arrow, VO down arrow, VO A, maybe to read it. I went to a doctor's office the other day, and they gave me this form because I'm a new patient, and they want me to sign it. They want me to read it. Well, of course, they send it to me in an email, and I open it, and of course, it is not at all accessible. And so I had to open it in one of the apps that I have on my iPhone. I mean, and I say the iPhone because there's a lot more of these off of the iPhone than there is for the Mac. And I used Seeing AI because that's just one of my favorites. And it scanned it, and there I had a 7-page document that I could then read and navigate through. There are apps for the Mac, but like I said, there's more of them for the iPhone. And if you get your email on your iPhone, then it's very easy to just go over there and tap on it. It'll show up at the bottom of the email and open it. And then you hit the share button and pick which one of your apps on your phone you want to share it to, and then you can read it. But unfortunately, not all PDFs are just natively readable. I don't know what the proper, accessible in Finder, or you can get Adobe for your Mac too, but I like Preview better. It works real good on the Mac.
Okay, well,
yeah.
This is Gigi.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, would it be easier to read this on the phone than the Mac? Because
depends on what you got to do to it. You could open it on the Mac, see if Preview will read it. If Preview won't read it, then open it and try it on the phone.
Well, I don't even know how to open it on the phone because
it's at the bottom of the email, and it's even easier. You just double tap on it on the phone, and it'll open. And it's a little viewer in the Mail app. It's not like the PDF. It's not like it automatically opens in a app on your Mac, on your phone. It's just in a little Mail viewer, and maybe it reads in that. In my situation at the doctor's office, it didn't. So I went to Share, and there it listed, Be My AI, Seeing AI, all kinds of stuff I have on my phone was listed in there. And I just chose the one I liked, and it processed it, and I was able to read it just fine.
But so you went to Seeing AI, and then you had to scan it, right?
Yeah, it scans it when you open it.
Oh,
Seeing AI just scanned it when I opened it.
Okay.
Automatically.
Yeah, I'll try the Mac.
Yeah, give it a try, and just remember in preview, like Brad said, at least my experience has been you do need to interact with each page, but it depends on how the document is designed. And if you just can't get it to read, then try your iPhone. I think that's the moral. The moral of the story is with PDFs, we need to have lots of tools in our toolbox.
Okay.
You could say we would in general anyway. So, yeah.
Okay.
Robert,
Yep.
one final
Thank you.
Okay, Robert, I think I heard you.
I found that if I'm got a PDF in preview and I can't get it to read, one of the things I've tried, and it sometimes works, is I do VO Shift L, which is if it's a picture, it will look at it, and if it sees the text, it sometimes reads the text. It also works on some websites where they have a picture that's unlabeled, and you know there's text on it, and you can do VO Shift L, and it'll try to describe the picture and any text that's on it. And it sometimes works in the preview with PDFs that don't open, but not all.
Great tip.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Sorry, Robert, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's fine.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
Milagros?
Yes, Milagros.
Okay, I have a question about, we were talking earlier about using Chrome or using Safari. What is the easiest way to basically bounce back from Chrome to Safari or vice versa? What is the easiest way? Like right now, my computer is pretty much all set up for Chrome, and I understand Chrome is become very dangerous. And I've even opened a new email with Proton, which is a free service and is supposed to be really, really good. But how do I go to Safari if I wanted to start using Safari and get away from Chrome?
So one thing I might start doing is go into Safari settings, and I forget where it's at, but make sure Safari is set as your default browser. That'll be a good start.
Yes. How do I do that? How do I set it up as my default browser?
It is in settings in Safari, and so you can either use the keyboard shortcut, which doesn't matter if VoiceOver is on, and that's Command, comma, or you can go into the Safari menu in the menu bar and go to Settings. And I believe it is in General.
Okay.
And if somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. What?
I'm looking in General and I don't see it. I don't think
you know
it's
where
in
it is?
Safari.
It's in System Settings,
Yeah,
right?
It makes no sense. It should be in Safari. But,
so sorry. It's in
and
System
I cannot remember.
Settings.
But if you ask Iris, she might tell you. Then again, she might prove herself worthless there, too.
Oh, yeah.
So go to System Settings?
Yes.
It's in General, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Cannot remember.
I don't know Iris. I know it's
Siri.
Iris is Siri spelled backwards.
Yeah.
Siri. Okay.
Siri.
Siri, but backwards. Okay.
Yeah, that way it doesn't trigger things like my HomePod.
Yeah.
You know, I never used that. I should start working on that more.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, so I want to give other people an opportunity to ask questions. I'm glad that you've come with a lot of questions. But let's see what other questions we might have tonight.
Dan?
Yes, Dan, welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. And Brad's got me all excited about Chrome. I want to install Chrome on my Mac. How do I go about doing that? Is that in the App Store?
No. Just open your Safari browser, type Google Chrome for Mac, space, download, and press enter. And you'll get Google search results, and the very first one, most likely, I'd bet money on it, is a Google website to download Chrome. You could also go to google.com, and up at the top there's a bunch of links. Navigate, and one of them probably says Google Apps, and you may find it there. I usually just do the search in Safari browser, and it'll bring up a page, and then you download it. Just type Google Chrome for Mac. Of course, it'll probably figure out you're using a Mac.
Yeah.
When you go to it, because they do that. The trick is downloading something for another computer when you're on a Mac. But
yeah.
You can do that too. But anyway, yeah, try that, and it'll download a DMG file that you can, and you know what to do with those, I'm sure.
No, I don't. I've never installed anything on the Mac.
A DMG is a disk image. It'll download it to your downloads folder. Okay. You go to it and you do Command O or Command down arrow, either one. It's open. And it'll open, it's a volume, and it will probably automatically open a little Finder window, and it will have two things in it. You'll need to interact. It'll have, what's it called? Google Chrome.app and a Google Chrome alias if you want to put little icons on your desktop. But I don't do that. But you could take the Google Chrome.app file and copy it, and then go paste it in your applications folder. And then you want to go back to your desktop, close that little window that opened. You also will be left with because what you opened was a disk image, and you're going to have like a volume on your desktop, and it'll say Google Chrome volume, and you're going to want to go to it's like you stuck a CD or a flash drive in your Mac, and you go to that and either open the shortcut menu and select eject, or just do Command E when you're focused on it, and that will eject it. It's like I said, it's like a virtual disk, and the little DMG that you downloaded remains in your downloads folder until you move it, delete it, do whatever. And then you'll have it.
Yep.
And then go back to your applications folder, select it, and open it. And you will now have Google Chrome and all of its intrusiveness.
This is Gigi.
Hold on, Gigi. Just a sec.
No, I just have a question. Okay, a question about what he's talking about.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot, but
it does.
It's not. Once you do it, it's
pretty simple.
It's pretty simple, and we did have. Okay, well, Gigi, since it's on this topic, but we do have another question.
I do have a question on this topic. Yeah, it sounds very hard, but what? Okay, my question is, if you have Safari, because I know Brad, you said you use Safari and Google Chrome. But my question is for Brad, why do you use both Chrome and Safari?
Well, like I said, I prefer Safari, but every now and then you'll find a website, and it really has to do with the way it's coded. Google Chrome is a Chromium-based browser, and that's very popular in website design, and Safari is not. It's different. And a lot of times you'll find, like, for example, my example of the popcorn company website, it did not work right in Safari. When I went through the different categories, there were little pop-ups or combo boxes to select the size that you wanted. And they did not work at all in Safari. So I opened the website in Google Chrome, and they just worked just fine. And that's one example. I mean, there's been others over the years, but you just never know. It's good to have more than one tool in the toolbox. Have more than one browser. Same would be true if we were talking a Windows PC. I would recommend that you have more than one browser, because some browsers may work better with some websites than others.
Definitely.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
So, John, you had a question.
So a follow-up to what you guys were talking about before. So system settings, desktop and dock, and choose default web browser.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I knew it was somewhere. Thank you so much for checking.
Where do you say it is?
System settings, desktop, and dock.
That's where default browser is?
I know. I knew it wasn't a
Yeah,
weird
I know.
place,
It makes no sense.
But
It makes no
doesn't.
sense.
Yeah. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate
Yeah,
that
thank you, John.
on the spot research. All right.
This is John.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
In full disclosure, I use Google Gemini.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Whatever works. You know, we have to get answers somehow. So whatever works. And I'm pretty sure that's accurate. So, all right. Great.
This is Harvey.
Yes,
This is
Harvey. Oh, well, we did
This
hear.
goes, just real quick on John's thing. So the category is called desktop and dock.
That's what he said.
Okay, because I thought you said desktop. So
No, he said desktop and dock.
oh, okay, just making sure you know that's okay.
Yep, we heard that. All right, great. So Harvey, how can we help you?
Hello, everybody. I am a Mac user. Well, when I first got it, I was a heavily Mac user, but you know, when and I don't really run those sophisticated programs. It's just, you know, regular emails, text messages.
That's the best part.
Yeah, getting on Zoom.
Yeah.
But the iPad has made the Mac sometimes collect a lot of dust. But I was on it the other day, and I did run into an issue, and it's probably a simple one. I was interacting and navigating through some apps, but for the life of me, I forgot what keyboard command represent the right mouse click.
Oh, good question. Okay. So you are using VoiceOver, correct?
Yes.
All right. So who can tell Harvey what command is used for the right mouse click?
This is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
So isn't that the equivalent of the routing the mouse to the VoiceOver cursor and doing the VO?
Sometimes, but
shift?
I think what he wants to do is open the applications, or in the case of the Mac, we call it the shortcut menu.
Yes.
Oh, well,
That's
that'd be
what I
VO
was-
Shift M.
Yes. That's the one I was. So I should have actually asked you a clarifying question, Harvey. When you want to do the equivalent of a right click, you want to bring up like additional options for something, like if it's a file on Finder, maybe you want to open it, there's open with, or you might find things in the application, what do we call it, shortcut menu, like copy, paste. Those have keyboard shortcuts too, but you want to get to additional options for the item that has focus.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, it was basically like I was going through photos, and sometimes being visually impaired, to actually get a good photo, I might take 10 of them.
Right.
And then go erase the ones that are not good. So, I was going through the photos, and I was like, well, how can I right click to actually just delete that photo?
Well, Harvey, it's Harvey, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to do a right click on your Mac, I assume you are using what, a MacBook Pro or Air?
MacBook
Pro. Do you have a trackpad?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
that, but I've been just as easily forgot how to.
That's okay. Are you actually using the mouse?
Sometimes.
Okay. If you put your mouse on one of these photos, you can do one of two things. You can press on your trackpad with two fingers, and that is the gesture for right click. Or you can hold the control key down and press with one finger, and that will also simulate a right mouse click, and that will open your shortcut menu for you. And what we were talking about doing would be, once you've put your mouse and clicked on a photo, which means it's selected, then you could do the keyboard command VO Shift M to also open that same shortcut menu. So you got three ways to do it.
Okay, because I was, once I forgot, I was saying, well, I got a lot of CDs on my computer as well.
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to actually do the same. But those are shaped in like column views. Like each one is 6 across, and I think I got
it's in a grid, yeah.
Yeah,
an array.
in a grid. Now, some of the things is with my vision. Sometimes if it's the first panel, I could hover my mouse and right click it. But if it's in the middle, sometimes I'm not actually sure if the mouse is on what I want to put the focus on. So then I just figure I might toggle through one by one until I hear what I want to delete, and then do the right mouse click.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that makes sense. But you said it was VO Shift M?
VO Shift M is the keyboard command, and that's only available if you have VoiceOver running. There's
definitely have VoiceOver running.
Yeah, there's no keyboard command for this I'm aware of that's not a VoiceOver in the Mac. But you could also, like I said, 2-finger press on the trackpad, or hold the control key down and do a 1-finger press. They'll do the same thing.
No, I thought that when I used to remember in doing it, it was some combination I used with the actual right arrow on the numpad.
No, there's no right arrow. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
That may be something like mouse keys or something, but that's totally
Maybe.
different.
Okay, gotcha.
But I don't even think that's a quick nav or anything.
Way. Thanks for your help.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. Great questions tonight. Who would like to go next?
Christina?
Christina, I saw you here. Welcome.
If he is, I guess what I was saying is, if he's just wanting to delete a file and he knows that the keyboard is focused on that file, because he mentioned hearing VoiceOver name the file, couldn't he just hit Command backspace to delete his file? Would that be easier?
I would. Yeah, go ahead, Herbie.
The answer is no, because Photos is a little bit different than regular files.
Oh, right. I was thinking of Finder. Gotcha.
No, I had the same question. I was thinking wondering the same thing.
Yeah, if it was regular files, that'd be one thing. But Photos, you can't even exit. Like, if you had the original photo file, that would be one thing. But if it's a photo that's imported into the Photos app, then that's where it's a different.
The rules change.
That, Christina.
Go ahead, Christina.
That they do. For some reason, I had my brain on Finder, not the Photos app. So, yeah. Okay.
All right. Great question, though. I knew he said Photos, but I wasn't sure if that would work in Photos. Apparently it doesn't. So now we know. Okay.
This is Herbie.
Yeah, go ahead, Herbie.
At least it didn't in the past. I will tell you that I've always, when it comes to Photos, that's one thing I do. If I'm deleting them, I find that easier on the iPhone than the Mac
really?
anyway. But yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. Who would like to go next?
Christina?
Yeah, go ahead, Christina.
Okay, so I have a question. Can you guys please explain to me the process of when you want your function keys? Okay, I'm not trying to figure out how to ask it. You know how sometimes you can set your Mac to where you have to use the function keys with the F through 12? Sorry, right. The FN key or you can switch it. I thought I could just hold the function key and escape and it would switch them, but
no, that's Windows.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then
on the Mac, you can change the behavior of the function key by going to System Settings, Keyboard, and then in Keyboard Settings, there is a button that says Shortcuts. And you select that button, and it opens a secondary settings window. And in that window, on the left-hand side is a table with one column and many rows that are all kinds of different categories of shortcuts. Most of them are keyboard. But you go down to the bottom, and I just do VO FN right arrow because FN turns the right arrow into the end key, and it takes me all the way to the bottom, and then I go back up 1 because it's the second from the bottom. And it says function keys. And then I stop interacting with, I don't have to do VO spacebar on it, just by focusing on it. I'm on it. And then I stop interacting with that categories table and VO right arrow. And there's only one setting in this category. It is an on-off toggle. And it says use function keys as regular F keys. And you want to set the toggle to on. And now your F keys by default are F keys. And if you want to do, for example, F1, you just push it. You don't have to hold the FN key down. And when you have it set this way, oh, and by the way, you go back into that table, I think there's a done button in the lower right corner of that secondary settings dialog, and you select it to close it. And then you're done with system settings. You can just Command Q to close it, and you're out of it. But by default, the Mac, and a lot of computers nowadays are doing this, but Mac did it first. Your F keys do hardware functions. Maybe change the screen brightness, maybe your media controls. The Mac also, F10 is mute, F11 and 12 are volume up, volume down, and you can still use those. You'll just have to hold the FN key down to make the F keys perform their hardware functions. But you will not have to hold the FN key down if you want the F key to perform as an F key.
Yep. That's how you do it. Thanks for the explanation. They always, they made it a little bit harder to find in the last couple Mac OS.
Yeah, it used to be just a checkbox in keyboard settings. And
I know.
And when they rearranged settings and stopped calling it preferences and called it settings, and whenever that was, I think it was back in Ventura, maybe? I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I don't
together. But yeah, they changed it.
Yep.
Christina?
Yeah, go ahead, Christina.
Thank you. I had found that, and I went in there and played with that a little, but I just felt unsure because it wasn't what I remembered. And so I was like, I'm just going to wait and I'm just going to ask.
Yeah. Well, give that a try and see if it helps. And if you have trouble, just come back here and ask.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. No problem. And who would like to go next?
This is Dan.
Yes, go ahead, Dan.
I just need clarification on that image descriptor command. Is that Command Shift L? Do I have that correct?
It's close. It's VO Shift L. So Caps Lock Shift L or Control Option Shift L.
VO Shift L.
Yes.
No command. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yep. Very good. Not to put anyone on the spot, but I know there are a few people we haven't heard from, so feel free to ask a question if you have one. So I wanted to mention one thing, Judy's concern about worrying about losing settings and things kind of reminded me of something I like to do with my VoiceOver settings, and that is to export them. Oh, was somebody about to speak? You can do that in the VoiceOver utility under File. And, because the VoiceOver utility is like any other app, and there's a menu bar across the top, and you can just go into File, and actually there is a shortcut command, Command-Shift-E will export your settings to a file on your computer. You can also save them to a flash drive so that you could just quickly, load them up into any computer, and they'd be ready to go. But I just prefer having them saved in a file. And yeah, I like to back mine up because sometimes I'll load different sets of VoiceOver settings for my personal use versus when I'm teaching. And that's a great feature that VoiceOver provides. So just thought I would mention that. And we're open for questions if anyone has one.
This is Robert, College Station.
Go ahead, Robert.
I just want to follow up one more thing with Judy, if she's still here, and that is that if you don't know there is an update to Amadeus Pro that makes it work correctly with Tahoe.
Oh, that's right. Very good. I forgot about that. I updated mine and didn't think about it. And you haven't found that the update has done anything, made things worse or whatever? It's been good for you?
No. Yeah, it makes it work for me just like it did before Tahoe. It works great.
All right.
Thank you. This is Judy.
Yep, go ahead, Judy.
Is that going to be difficult?
To update Amadeus?
Yeah, I'm not really that great at updating stuff.
It should prompt you automatically, I think.
Where'd you get Amadeus Pro from? Did you get it from the developer or did you get it from the App Store?
From the developer.
Yeah.
I remember there was...
Store.
Yeah, this is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
Yeah, it's an automatic prompt. You'll open Amadeus Pro. It'll, unless you've set it not to be an automatic prompt, of course. But by default, it'll open up. It'll ask you, there's an update. And it's just default buttons. So the download button is the default button. So you just hit enter. The OK button is the default button. So you just hit enter and you're good to go. What is a little bit, the only thing I don't like about the update is now you have to hear the number next to Amadeus Pro. It used to say open with Amadeus Pro, and I was like, open with Amadeus 2 point blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you. Thanks for that heads up. So I'll let you guys know next month.
Yeah, I forgot all about that update. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All righty. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
This is Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
I did the update. I was having no issues using it with Tahoe before the update. I'm curious as to what issues Robert said that made his Amadeus Pro work like it did before he did the update to Tahoe, because I had no issues. I just went ahead and did it because they said it was available. What was it doing that was a problem?
It's Robert.
Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but there was sluggishness at times when I would edit something, or there were situations where I would open a file and it would appear to be properly opened, but Amadeus Pro wasn't actually working correctly with it. A couple things like that. And as soon as I updated it to the fixes, whatever he did for Tahoe, everything went back to working extremely fast and no craziness when I opened a file, things like that. It just works normally.
Okay, interesting.
All right.
This is Desi.
Go ahead, Desi.
So I have, excuse me, I shouldn't try to inhale and swallow all at once.
That's tricky.
Yeah. I want to start learning how to use Amadeus Pro. And so I was wondering, which do you guys recommend, going to the developer for it or getting it from the App Store, and why?
This is Herbie.
Okay, Herbie and then Brad.
I recommend the developer just because you get the 30-day free trial.
Okay.
So you get to try it before you buy it type thing.
And so who's the developer and how do I find it?
Parasoft, I think. Parasoft, yeah.
What?
If you Google Amadeus Pro, though, you'll find it. But yeah, it's like Parasoft.com or something like that.
Okay.
It doesn't matter because functionally they are identical, whichever one you prefer. I didn't bother with the developer because I didn't care about the 30-day free trial. I knew I wanted it because I knew, just like you, Desi, I had those tutorials from that certain individual who's not here tonight. He left, but Pete made those. Pete made those tutorials. Yeah, he was. He's gone. Pete made those tutorials, and so. Plus, Pete, I know Pete, and he's there to ask questions, and, lots of people I know are using it. So, to me, I didn't even consider, an alternative. So I didn't care
I agree
about
with
the
you.
30
I think I want it too. I don't think I need the 30-day trial. But do you remember how much it costs? I'm just curious.
$50-something.
Okay.
I can't remember, 54. Yeah. Okay. And I like getting things from the App Store because I know I don't have to keep up with installer or re-download an installer if I ever get a new Mac and need to reinstall it. It's in the App Store in my previous purchases. So,
right.
Unless you're concerned about that 30-day free trial, then there's zero difference in the two.
Anyway, I'm not even sure what that Harrer soft. What soft?
That's the name of the developer. That's the name of the company.
But what is it? How do you spell it?
I think it's exactly like it sounds, but I can look it up for you if you
it doesn't matter. If I get it from the App Store, it really doesn't matter. But
I'm sure if you Google search Amadeus Pro download or something like that, I'm sure it will direct you to the developer's website.
I'm sure
it's not hard to find.
Thanks, you guys.
You're welcome. Go ahead, Herbie.
No, I have heard. I will tell you what I've heard. Granted, the sources.
Yeah. I think it's when Eli unmuted, maybe, or
audio now unmuted.
Yes, unmuted.
Zoom has new window.
But I've heard that. All right, hold on.
Oh,
okay. There we go.
Yeah.
So I've heard that another advantage with a developer is if they have updates, sometimes you might get them quicker because they don't have to go through the approval process that they have to go through with the App Store.
That may be true.
That being said, I will tell you that being said, I've seen very few updates with the software. In fact, I'd say this is the first one I've seen in like a couple years. So, but I'm just telling you what I've heard. So,
I've had 5 or 6 years, and there's only been 2 updates that I remember.
Yes, Eli.
Yes, Eli.
I just want to say the price of Amadeus Pro is $59.99.
$59.99.
Okay.
All right, that's closer to $60, but that's okay.
All right. Well, good luck with that, Desi, and let us know how it goes. I just use Amadeus for real basic stuff, but it works for
I'm
me.
Sure it's going to be pretty real basic stuff with me too. But I've wanted to do sound editing kind of things for a while, and I know that I've heard Herbie talk about using it, and then more recently Brad, and then when I found out about Pete's tutorials, I thought I'm just going to do this. This is the right time for me. So we'll see what happens.
Great. Good luck with that.
Thanks.
This is Robert.
Yes, go ahead, Robert.
Just one caveat, Desi, and it probably doesn't matter to you, but we don't know what the future of Amadeus Pro is going to be, whether he's going to update it to work not in a Rosetta format the way it does now. So, I mean, you may be buying it and it may work for years, or it may only work for another update of, it may not work after the next update to the operating system next year. Just so you know.
This is what Robert's talking about is the current Amadeus Pro is still an Intel-based application, and Apple has said that macOS Tahoe is the last version of macOS that will support Intel-based applications. And when he mentions Rosetta, that is a utility that is within the macOS operating system that will kind of like, the Rosetta Stone, it decoded the Egyptian hieroglyphics. Yeah, thank you. I can't talk. So it is a utility that makes Intel-based apps work on an Apple Silicon-based Mac. And the developer has to update his software so that it will work natively in Apple Silicon. And one certainly hopes that he does. I mean, Apple Silicon has been out since 2021 or late 2020. And it makes those of us who've been using it a while wonder, why hasn't he already done this? Well, he's a one-man shop for one, but hopefully he'll get it done. And
this is Desi.
Yes, Desi.
So has anybody thought about communicating with him about this?
I'm sure he knows.
No, I don't mean, I'm sure he knows, but I mean, finding out.
We love your product. Please update it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
We can all do that.
Yeah,
Start
if we
flooding his
all
inbox
did that,
with,
maybe it would give him more of an impetus, maybe, to do that,
Well,
because.
we should all go to his website and see if there's a contact the developer link. So yes, that's
after we figure out how to spell it.
Yeah.
Well, this is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie.
Yeah, if you Google Amadeus Pro, you'll find it. So.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm
I
sure.
was just being silly, Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, that's
who knows? Maybe
Desi
Desi purchasing Amadeus Pro might be the thing that convinces him to, update it. Because hey, this is still making some money.
Just write him and say, please don't make me use Audacity.
This is Sandhya.
Yes, Sandhya. Welcome.
Well, thank you. Are we done with that topic, or can I ask a new question?
Go ahead. No, a new question is welcome.
Okay, so I'm still running Sonoma, so that may be the problem. But I try to send a message, so I'm in the Messages app, and I VO right arrow. I type in who I'm going to send it to, and then VO right arrow to the field to start typing my message or copying text, and then it nothing happens. It says Control Option to edit or something, and even though I did that, I can't tell until I do Command V to copy the text because I think I'm where I should be, and then I can't tell if anything has been copied.
This is Herbie.
Kind of convoluted. Okay,
go ahead, Herbie.
So
have you made sure to select, because you have to not only type in the person's name, but you have to select from the list to confirm that's the person you want?
Yes.
Okay,
This is
so you do
Sunday.
that.
Yes.
And then you VO right arrow to the edit field, and then you do a VO space.
I did not do that. I don't remember. Okay, so do that.
Yeah, that's why it's telling you that because it was trying to tell you, hey, you got to make this field editable.
Activate the edit field.
Okay.
Because it thinks that you might want to still edit the two fields. So yeah, you've got a VO space on that other edit field, so it now becomes editable.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Can't blame that one on Sonoma.
User error. Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, the main thing is figuring it out, so hopefully that helps.
Milagros.
Yes.
If I wanted to learn voiceover, if I wanted to learn how to use it, do I need to know my way around the keyboard? Because I don't know. I just kind of select with two fingers just at the keyboard. I don't know how to type. So do I need to know my way around the keyboard to do voiceover?
Would help.
Oh my goodness. Does anybody know of any, ways to learn an app or something to learn how to keyboard?
This is Dan.
Go ahead, Dan.
I don't know if this would be helpful or not, but, once you open VoiceOver, there's a keyboard, a little keyboard tutorial, VOK, and then you can press different things. It'll tell you what they do, and also if you do VO such and such, it'll tell you what that command does. So that might be helpful. I don't know.
Yeah, keyboard help is a great thing to do when VoiceOver's on, and then you hold down Control and Option and K, or the caps lock key, and then you can press the letter, and then you can, like you said, press keys on the keyboard, and it'll tell you what they are. And if you press VoiceOver keys, it will tell you what the VoiceOver function is.
You can also just turn on keyboard help and practice typing.
Yeah.
It makes it so you're not really doing anything, but VoiceOver is repeating what you type. I mean, it's not like when you type a word and then hit spacebar, it's going to tell you the word, but you could certainly practice your typing and learn the letters on the home row, learn how to Just learn your way around the keyboard, and then, I mean, I used to use those typing. I used to work at a AT lab, and we had to teach typing, and I hated it. But when I was learning, I learned so much, and I got to a certain point, and I couldn't take those typing softwares anymore, and I just started typing. And the more you type, the better you get. But turning keyboard help on, so that you can then just start practicing on the keyboard, and it won't hurt nothing, because keyboard help is on. The computer, Mac, is ignoring what you type. It's just repeating it back to you. If you type a voiceover command, it will tell you what that command is, but you can just push all the keys on the keyboard all day long, and it just tells you what they are.
How do I turn that on?
You hold down the voiceover modifier and press the letter K. And that will also turn it off.
I don't know what the voiceover modifier is.
It is Control and Option, or the caps lock key.
This is Harvey. Can I add something?
Go ahead, Harvey. Yeah.
What I did, because I know, and I used to, when I was a Mac user, I didn't know how to type. And the thing that always got me, that people that type, you know, when they press a wrong keystroke, basically they know that they did it right when they strike the key. But when you one hand pecking and you just pecking and you hit something you don't know, and then when you get to something that you're stuck on, and even if you call Apple this or whatever, those companies, they're gonna say, "Well, what did you press?" And you be sitting there like, "Oh, I don't know." Then you have to go through the whole rigmarole to try to get you out. Now, me personally, I learned. I went to the our state Department of Rehabilitation Services. They had a computer lab, and they had like the type it app built into the computer. So, you know, I could just walk in and, you know, put some headphones in and listen to that and learn how to type. And that worked effectively. And that, you know, helped because, like I say, when I was one hand pecking, I was messing up. Oh, my God, I was messing up every time. And I got my Mac through the VA. So when I got in trouble, they would have to send somebody to the house, and it was, or I call Apple Vis, and it was basically the same thing that, you know, they're sitting there for hours trying to unwind what I did, and I had no clue what I did. So if you could type know your way around the keyboard, it would definitely help tremendously. I know that from experience.
Thank you. Thank you.
Robert?
Yeah. Yes, go ahead, Robert.
Yes. I was a typist, and I found that when I had to learn voiceover, being a typist was a hindrance because I didn't remember where all the things were when I was holding down other keys. You know, if you take your hands off the home row and you've got your hands on the modifier keys, and sometimes you don't know where those keys or the special characters are. So the advice that Brad did is just turn on. I still occasionally practice with the keyboard help, just so that I remember, because once I get off, if I'm on the home row and I'm typing in an extended text box or that, no problem. I can go along and just listen to my keys being pressed and the words typed out. But if I have to remember, oh, this is VO Shift L. Now, where's the L? Because I'm not on the home row anymore. I've taken my hands off to go use the modifiers. So it takes some practice and relearning.
Yep. Well, even I sometimes have to, you know, okay, what was this command? Or, you know, keyboard help is something that you will repeatedly use, even just to refresh your memory. So, yeah, go ahead, Herbie.
I was just going to point out that we are now at the end of the call.
I know we are. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mila.
That was Control, Option, Caps Lock.
Yeah,
right?
either Control Control and Option together, or caps lock. You use one set of keys. Some of us find caps lock easier because then that doesn't mean holding down two keys.
And then when I do that, the computer will speak what I'm typing in.
Yeah, so you have to hold down caps lock and then the letter K, but first you need to turn on voiceover.
VO mod, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I think I'll wait for the next call so I can get a little bit more instructions.
And just even look it up, you can Google it or whatever, how to use keyboard help with VoiceOver. So, all right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us tonight and all of your great questions. We'll see you back here next month, February 24th, I believe. And if not sooner, at some of the iBug calls. Have a great evening.